Hey everybody, Taylor Lyles with the Greenville Home Builders Association, and this is the Think Big podcast. Good morning and welcome to the next episode of the Think Big podcast. I am your host, Taylor Lyles, your Chief Executive Officer of the Home Builders Association, and I'm super excited to have you a part of this one, along with Jackson Bailey, co-owner and COO of Stoneledge Luxury Homes, also the 2024 HBA of Greenville Builder of the Year. Congratulations. Jackson, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Taylor. Excited to be here.
So for the people listening, tell them who you are, what y'all do, kind of what you build.
Yeah. I'm Jackson Bailey. So, Stoneledge Luxury Homes is a family-owned business. We've been in business since 2004. My father, he started the company in 2004 and started really small. We were building, $250,000, $300,000 houses and kind of stayed in that lane really until the downturn, 2008. A little backstory, he actually sold lumber materials at GBS Lumber, and so he did that from the late 90s until 2008. So he was selling lumber and building houses at the same time. Right when the recession happened, he saw this kind of vision in the marketplace of all these builders going out and thought, well, if now's the time to switch gears and go from selling lumber to selling houses, everyone's falling out, I have less competition. So that's what he decided to do, and he never looked back.
I love it. So how did that progression happen from 250 to 300 to now what you're building at Le Jardin?
Yeah.
I mean, there's $2 to $3
million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that progression happen?
Well, it took 20 years. He had a vision, and my mom too. She started the company with him, and she handles all the design side. And she was really, if you want the truth, she was the vision behind it. A lot of people say they built with us back then because of her. So she has a huge part in that. But yeah, it took 20 years. I mean, what really took us off was Southampton. So we did the iTour show house back in 2011. All the proceeds went to cancer, and we had a couple thousand people come through. And that was really the moment where, we went from, I'd say a mid-tier builder building sub $700,000 price point to what we are now. And so it's just slowly evolved over time. We're a developer too. So we don't just go out and build houses on your land. We typically will develop our own neighborhood. So the first one Dad did was Bellhaven Park. So he ended up flipping that one to a different builder. But we developed that. And then obviously, the brownstones and Le Jardin.
Yep. You got a new one coming online.
We do, yeah. So that'll be my first kind of stab at this, but it's called Abington, and it's right beside Le Jardin. We'll have 50 lots out of that, and it's going to be a home run because, it's funny, when we started Le Jardin, your houses in there were $850, $900, and that's just not the world we live in today. Obviously, the same house today is 1.8 plus. And so Abington is going to be this product that really takes what I'd say Greenville doesn't have, which is an obtainable luxury product still in that, 1.2 to 1.5 price point. And we'll have 50 lots out there. So I think it's going to be probably our hottest product yet.
I love it. So tell me about Le Jardin.
Yep.
Kind of tell me the inspiration behind it, name, where it came from, kind of what the style of the house is in there.
Yeah, so Le Jardin or Le Jardin, depending on what region in France you're in.
Jackson, I'm gonna pause you for a second. I'm a boy raised in Five Forks.
Yeah.
I got rednecks running through me.
Yeah.
Le Jardin is about as French as I can get.
No, Le Jardin is how I say it. That's how everyone else says it. But you're right. We live in the South, and I've heard it all. I've heard it called LaGrange and Le Jardin.
I heard Le Jardin. What was it? Le Jardin. This was a couple weeks ago, and I was like, ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, I've heard it all. But Le Jardin works, and obviously that means the garden in French. And so It's this French-inspired, French eclectic, architecture with a little bit of a modern contemporary twist to it. And so we really bind those elements together. All of those plans are created by our architect, with us sitting down in our design studio. All those come, organically that way. So we don't take stock floor plans off the internet or say you built with another builder 5 years ago, want that same house, we'd have to reconfigure it, redesign it, make it mold to the community. And so I think we've really created a very special product that way. When you're in our studio and you've got, me and Miranda and John and the architect and the client all there kind of hashing out these ideas, you're able to create a much more fluid or cohesive product just because you've got the builder, the designer, the architect, the client as the visionary, all there holding each other's hands and pushing that product. A lot of builders will say, well, go find an architect, bring it back to me. And I just think, I know, going the way we do it, you get a better product at the end of the day. And so that's how that neighborhood kind of evolved. Yeah,
I think that's a big win for builders that do it your way because, one, it creates cohesiveness.
Yeah.
You're all on the exact same page.
Right.
The architect hears what the homeowner wants. The builder hears what the homeowner wants. Even a PM or in your mom's case, the incredible interior designer, they all hear, so it's not piecemealed.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, well, I told my architect this, and then bring the plans back.
Yeah, you're all on the same page. And a lot of times what we found is, and we've built houses that way, where someone brings us a plan and we start that way. That's fine. We can do that too. But, everyone's got a financial comfort level. Whether you're building a $1.2 million house or a $8 million house, everyone's got a point where they get uncomfortable. And if we can know, it takes transparency. If we can know what that is for you up front, when we're designing that house, we're going to make you, make decisions. We're going to help you make decisions to stay within that limit. And it just works out better because there's no surprises.
Yeah. So in a $1.2 million house, we're not importing like Egyptian stone or Italian marble.
No,
yeah.
No, we're going to get a gateway tile and figure it out.
We're putting limits on this.
It'd still be a beautiful house.
Yeah.
I mean, we build impressive products, all throughout that spectrum. So there's a way to get that, feel that you see on Pinterest. It's funny because people bring us Pinterest inspiration pictures and they'll say, I want to spend 1.3, but they don't know a lot of times that picture they're looking at that just captures a foyer with glass and custom ironwork that Ben Mosley might provide or whatever the case may be. They're looking at a $6 million house, right? And they try and incorporate that. That's fine. We can take a lot of those elements and blend it with their financial comfort level. There's creative ways to get that done.
I love it. So Le Jardin, I'm gonna focus on for a minute.
Yeah.
So Le Jardin had how many lots in it?
64.
Okay. How many lots are left?
10.
10 lots
10
left.
lots left.
That's huge.
So we still have, I think it's 26 houses left to build. So, and we got 7 or 8 under construction right now. It's been a massive hit, man. It really has. And so we're just so proud of it.
Yeah. Well, it's also a unique location. It's off of a secondary road.
Yep.
It's untapped potential in that corridor right there.
Yep.
You're minutes to the highway. You're right by the hospital.
Yeah, you got 2 access points to I-85. So if you have traffic from 14, you just take Brotman and Kleiman and take the BMW access point.
Yeah.
And what's awesome about it, there's other neighborhoods that are close by, but they're in a flight path. Because we sit so close to GSP to the runway, we sit parallel to that runway that you don't have commercial flyover traffic because we're so close and you sit parallel. So,
interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you're only 5 minutes away, but you're so close. And you can see a plane off in the distance, but you don't hear it, you don't feel it. So, big benefit.
That is great.
Yep.
I'm sure there's some soundproofing that goes into the build of your house too to make sure that you don't hear it.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's get real for a second. Are you dumping money into marketing but barely seeing any results? Go Digital can help. Using their marketing matrix, they zero in on your target audience and engage them where it matters the most. Go Digital acts as your full-service marketing team, saving you the hassle and cost of building an entire in-house team or trusting random gurus you found on the internet. It is also important to note that they don't just serve home service businesses. They own one. They've been in your shoes. They know what works because they've lived it. Wondering why I know so much about them? It's because I've been a client for them over a year, and I couldn't be happier with the results. So if you're ready to start winning more leads for less, hit the link in the show notes and schedule a free 20-minute consultation today. So, LeJardin, huge success. Abington is going to be a success. I know you touched on brownstones. Let's talk about that for a minute.
The brownstones, we're wrapping them up. That's been just an awesome product. I remember back in, 2017, my dad had this, at the time, thought it was a crazy idea. He said, I'm going to build some townhomes with detached garages, not downtown. I'm going to try and ask $780,000 for them. And, that was 10 years ago almost, but that was our hottest product ever. And looking back, no one ever thought it was going to work, but just, mad success out of that.
And so for the people that don't know about brownstones, tell us a little bit about what they are.
Yeah. It's in it's right in the center of Hollingsworth Park at Verde. So you sit adjacent to the the Verde Park. So you're looking right over that. They've got, a 40-foot rear detached or courtyard with a detached garage. Either side, you've got 9-foot tall brick masonry walls for privacy. So I like to remind people, if you're in Verde and you're looking at all the other little communities, ignore the manor. That's the gated section where you got those, half-acre lots or whatever. But your backyard at the brownstones is bigger than anything else in Hollingsworth Park. And so that's your townhome. So you really get the best of both worlds. You get this European-inspired lock-and-go concept where, you can leave and come right back to it. And you've got, single-family livability, but it's a townhome with a massive courtyard, and you get plenty of privacy.
And the townhomes average what on square footage?
About 3,000, 3,200.
3 floors?
Yeah, some of them did, yeah.
Okay.
So some of them had 3 floors with an elevator. Our most popular plan was a 2-story unit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
2-story townhome.
Yep.
So it's like a single-family detached.
It felt like a single-family house.
Yeah.
And that's what
because it was a wider footprint, correct?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because that went to a 30-plus foot wide?
Yeah, it was about 36 feet, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yet, one big thing that your dad had was that vision to kind of push the limits.
Yeah.
Taking the brownstones and $700,000+ effective townhome.
Turned into $1.6 million.
Yeah, now they're all. Now I'm sure you go to resell them, they're over 2.
Probably. I haven't seen one yet, but yeah, you could probably get 2 million.
Because everybody loves living in them, Jackson.
Yeah.
So kind of, a lot of people know your dad, unfortunate passing. That's 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Lost a really good builder, but I'm excited to see you take the wings and kind of continue to grow.
Yeah.
It's a testament of you got Builder of the Year last year, which is massive. For those listening, Builder of the Year is voted on by peers. So it takes board nominations, take peers nominations, and it's going to someone building a true quality house. It could be quality and it'll be quality in processes and procedures. It's quality in craftsmanship. It's quality in communication. It's quality in treating subs properly.
Yeah.
And it's quality in creating the right team for a perfect product.
Well, and that's what it is. Our entire team that's with us today was with us, 10 years ago. And or 9 years ago. I wouldn't have won that award. It's not my award. That's Stoneledge Luxury Homes award. And so, obviously my dad was a huge inspiration to me. I was going to work with dad at GBS when I was in elementary school. For whatever reason, thought it was cool. And maybe that's part of why I'm here today. But as much of a inspiration and influence he was, John Starman, that was my dad's best friend. He's managed construction this whole time.
Yep.
Still does today. And without him, man, just the wisdom, the you know, the love I have for that guy, you know, he's big reason we won that award. So
Yep.
that award's not mine, it's ours.
It's a collective award.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So John, so you got you, John,
Yep.
your mom, Miranda.
Yeah.
Miranda's got MB Interiors.
Yep.
So turnkey
Yeah.
from a consumer
Yeah.
or a client perspective.
Yeah, we handle everything. So we'll tackle the architecture, we'll tackle the design. You know, that's what makes us really unique in the Upstate is we don't send our clients out to an architect, to a design firm, and then kind of meet back here and then lose track of what the original focus was because it's bounced around all these other entities.
Yep.
When you pick us, we meet in our design studio and we hash it out right there with the same people you'll see from the day we meet to the day we give you the keys. You're dealing with the same core group of people.
Yep. So what do you think some of the big successes that you've been able to create post your father's passing?
Yeah.
Like what are some of the things that you've kind of taken from him, y'all have kept, changes you've made? Like what have y'all done?
Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the big reasons my father found so much success is because he understood how to be efficient in the construction space. So, you know, from just the way the company's set up and the way we manage products and projects, it's more efficient. So we're a design build firm.
Yep.
And we're a developer. So what we're typically going to do is we're going to develop a neighborhood, build that neighborhood out, and stay in there. So, you know, we do spot builds, but it's not the majority of our work. By staying in targeted neighborhoods, a project manager can go from, you know, realistically managing 2 or 3 jobs to 5 or 6. And so you can do that efficiently when they're right beside each other. That's a huge, huge part of our success. But, you know, I think we continue to find success because we stay true to who we are and what he created. I think we've taken the brand a little more upstream in that luxury space. So, you know, the last 3 years we've landed consecutively each year our most expensive project we've ever had. So 2020, you know, 2, 3, 4, we landed the biggest jobs we've ever had. And so it keeps getting a more high end, you know, perspective.
So with that concept, is that kind of after Abington, is that kind of where you're thinking the next Stoneledge project is going to be in, is more higher end luxury?
And we've got something we're working on. I can't share the details with you yet.
You heard it here first though. We'll sneak peek.
We have a follow-up to Le Jardin. And I think given the location, given the size of these lots, it's going to be even more sought after.
Really?
Yep.
So larger lots, more expensive houses.
Yep.
Great location.
Absolutely.
Well, man, I can't wait to.
Yeah.
We'll have to bring you back on the podcast for you to launch that.
Yeah, we'll have to do it.
What do you think? You made a comment about being able to have the same people for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
A lot of that goes back. Retention kind of gets tied into culture.
Yep.
What do you think is the key driver for the culture at Stoneledge?
We all share the same vision, and we treat each other as family. And I know that's cliche for businesses to say our culture is family, but it really is. You know, when my father passed away, who was right there? It was our work team, and they're family to me, and we'd do anything for them. But we all share the same vision, and so when you're all on the same page, you're able to have, you know, share each other's visions and ideas, and you can work better with each other that way.
Builders, trades, realtors. If you're looking for a flooring partner you can trust, look no further. I'm here to tell you about All About Flooring. All About Flooring is a family-owned business with 3 generations of owners that know the flooring business inside and out. They work in residential and commercial projects for both new builds and remodels by providing high-quality customer service and installation for carpet, area rugs, hardwoods, laminate, luxury vinyl, and more. Y'all, they even provide professional carpet, tile, and upholstery cleaning. At All About Flooring, they're more than just a flooring provider. They're your partner in delivering top-tier results that your customers will absolutely love. You can find their website linked in the show notes or visit their 9,000 square foot showroom at 2111 North Pleasantburg Drive. Now, let's get back to the show. I love it. So, family oriented,
Yeah.
process driven.
Yep.
What do we not know about Stoneledge?
Man, that's an open question. I mean, there's a lot you don't know. We could talk for hours, but you know, it's. I think what I find to be the most exciting thing is, you know, I look at us and a couple other custom guys that I've become really good friends with, whether it's, you know, Drew Hamblin or Andrew Kahn, you know, those guys. We're building the footprint for Greenville tomorrow. And so, especially on the development side, you know, it's thinking about what does Greenville look like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years from now.
Yep.
And it's getting ahead of that. So that's a huge, huge opportunity we have, is to kind of mold the landscape of tomorrow. And that's where a lot of my time and effort goes, is into, you know, think about tomorrow. What can we do? Where can we go? What can we build? That's what, you know, takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah. I think that's a very unique perspective. Not a ton of builders necessarily have at the forefront of their mind.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, a lot of people see, and this is across the board in any industry, any business application, a lot of people look at right now.
Yeah.
And they say, all right, I can make these changes right now.
Right.
The building side of things and development side of things kind of brings in this unique aspect of, you are creating something that is changing the architecture of our upstate.
Yeah.
And it is something that is going to be here 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 plus years, hopefully.
Yep.
And it's something that's going to, you're putting it out there, and it's something that needs to stand the test of time.
Absolutely.
You know, development always gets this negative rap against county council and NIMBYs and anti-growthers and all of this stuff. But, you know, there's a reason people want to move here.
Absolutely.
There's a reason people want to call the upstate home. And we, as citizens of the upstate, can't put barriers on it and say, no, you can't come.
Yep.
So creating something that's going to stand the test of time is a unique perspective that I wish more people would take into their day-to-day.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a lot of vision and forethought. You know, I remember when my parents started Le Jardin, they went obviously to France for a lot of inspiration, but they would drive to Atlanta, Jacksonville, you know, Nashville, you name it. They're always driving around looking for ideas. And so what makes those larger markets, what is it about that we don't have? What is it there that we can bring here? And so we still do that today. I mean, my wife, McKenna, she's on the design team. We just went to Atlanta last weekend to look at a show house. We love the industry. We love, you know, just learning new things. But we're trying to see, what are they doing in larger markets, obviously more expensive markets, that is really captivating people's attention. How can we take some of that and bring it back here? And so, you know, one day I think people will look to Greenville and they'll do that.
Yep.
But we gotta build it first.
We have to continue building it.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. I think we're already there. You drive through Le Jardin, you can see, you know, $2 million houses. You can see $6, $7, $8 million houses, and so it's here, and I think it's only going to continue to grow.
Well, you know, you look at projects like Le Jardin, you look at live, work, play communities like Verde.
Yep.
You look at Hartness. You look at how Augusta Road is transformed.
Yeah.
I mean, you used to buy a house on Augusta Road for
$400,000.
Yeah, $300,000-$400,000.
Yep.
And now you're buying that exact same house for $1.5 million to knock it down
It's
to
crazy.
build a $5 million house on it.
Yep.
I mean, just it's here,
Yep.
and we have to embrace it as a community and say, all right, we know growth needs to come, because if you're not growing, you're dying.
Right.
And if you're dying, then your city's not going to thrive.
Yeah. We don't have that problem.
We don't.
Thankfully.
We don't. I did laugh. I was talking to a builder the other day, and I said, you know, he said, man, did you see that we made it on this top 10 list?
Yeah.
And it was best retirement city.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm super excited about that, but maybe one less a year.
Yeah. Well, and that brings up a good segue. Talking about retirees, and they are coming here, but what I found so peculiar, and I don't know the rhyme or reason, but let's say on a given year we have somewhere between 15 and 20 jobs going. I'd say over the last 5 years, really the last couple years, our buyer client has gotten significantly younger. I'd say
Really?
most of the people buying our product today are in their early 40s. Yeah. I mean, we just wrapped up a $2.6 million house for a guy who's in his late 30s. So I don't know what the rhyme or reason is, but our buyer client's getting a lot younger.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
And you've seen that trend over the past 3, 4, 5 years?
5
or
years,
just,
yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, I think, obviously me being a little bit younger probably attracts that younger buyer in the first place, but I don't think that's the full story. I don't think it is. I think, with the baby boomer generation passing on and leaving a lot of wealth, that's the biggest inheritance of wealth throughout the history of mankind is happening right now.
Yep.
And I think we're going to see that.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. It's unique that you've got a lowering aged buyer profile, though, especially in that price point.
Well, it probably has to do with the internet, too. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, you weren't making the kind of money a lot of these people are, in the real world. Now you're making it in the internet.
You got some influencers moving into Le Jardin?
One of them was.
Really? That's fantastic.
Yep, really good guy. I won't name his name, but he's designed shoes for Nike, and he's got a really cool story. So we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, offline.
Yep.
If you want the tea on that, just let me know. So what have we not talked about from a Stoneledge perspective?
I think we hit it pretty good. I just want to thank my team.
Yeah.
I think about Zach Early. Zach's been with us for 8 years now. And I grew up in this, so we'll back up. When I finished high school, my mom, she used to own a little brokerage company, sold real estate. She would mainly service my dad's stuff. And so I got my license when I graduated high school, and that's what I did through college. But, when I got on spring break or summer break or whatever, I'd come and hang out with the project managers and help them out, learn, just ride along, stuff like that. And I remember my dad hired Zach, and Zach was 32 or 33 at the time. 32. And I thought Zach was the coolest guy in the world. Like, I remember it was after spring break, I went to my dad and I was like, Dad, I just want to be like Zach. I want to work like Zach. I was studying political science at the time. I was going to go to law school. Thankfully, I didn't. But I ended up coming back to work after college and helped Zach out. And to this day, just love that guy. Look up to him. He's a good friend of mine.
He's a rock star.
Yep. And then
one incredible builder too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then Justin Kelly. He's 33 years old and just has such a good heart, good brain, and smart guy. And then, our designers, Sonia Cosby, she's been with us for 8 years as well, and she's brilliant, such a visionary in the design world. And then, my wife, McKenna, when my father passed away, McKenna and I had to step up. He passed away on a Friday, and we were back at it on Monday. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's what we did. And McKenna, she's just so talented, man. I'm so excited to see where she goes.
Yeah.
And just like I followed in my dad's footsteps, I think she follows in my mom's footsteps. And so that's what we can talk about. What does Stoneledge look like in 10 years?
Yep.
And just like Miranda and Chris Bailey founded it, Jackson and McKenna Bailey are going to carry it. And so it's a humbling opportunity, and one, I'm so thankful for. And we've had some of the biggest wins in company history the last 2 years. And so I think that's a testament. I think you could agree, my dad, he was one of the best. Mm-hmm. I mean, he really was. And I think we just keep getting better.
Yep. Don't forget Wanda now.
Oh, and Wanda. Wanda's my work mom. So I've known Wanda forever, and without Wanda, we crumble. I mean, she's incredible.
Listen, if there's any trades listening to this podcast, you got to get through Wanda.
Yes, you do.
And Wanda is one of the best gatekeepers I've ever met in my entire life. We had a funny story. A trade came into the office, and they were newer to the market, and they said, "Oh, listen, I'm going to go after Stoneledge." And I was like, "Go for it."
Yeah.
And he comes back after about 6 months. He says, "Taylor, there's this lady named Wanda at Stoneledge." And I just started laughing. I said, "She won't let you in, will she?" He goes, "I can't get past her."
Yep.
He goes, I know Jackson. I know his name. I know what he looks like. I can't get to him. I'm like... She is the best.
No, the number you see on the internet goes through Wanda.
Yeah.
That's a big help to me.
I love it. So tell me this. So you got trades, you got clients, you got other realtors looking to help you sell your product.
Yeah.
What's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
Reach out to me. It's jackson@stoneledge.life. So send me an email. Would love to talk to anybody. We're very realtor friendly. Obviously, my early background was real estate. I value the real estate community. I think they bring a whole lot of value, especially in today's very confused consumer market where you see so much stuff on the internet and it can be misleading. It can be, you don't really know what you're looking at. You need to find a trusted professional who can point you in the right direction. I believe that to be very true. And so we're very realtor friendly. We do pay commissions. A lot of people don't anymore, and we certainly do. So, willing to work with you.
Perfect. Well, you heard it here. 10 lots left in LeJardin, but a whole lot of lots left in Abington coming online, projected.
We're on the back cover of Talk magazine, At Home magazine every quarter. And so you'll see our first marketing piece for Abington on At Home in the June edition.
Fantastic. Well, cool. Well, Jackson, thank you for your time today. We greatly appreciate it. Again, Jackson Bailey, co-owner and COO of Stoneledge Luxury Homes. And also, I'd be remiss to say if I didn't mention that you're a board member of the HBA.
Yes, I am.
But we appreciate the time. Y'all, if you enjoyed this edition, be sure to check us out on the next one. Can't wait to see you there. Thanks for listening to the Think Big podcast. If you can do me two big favors, if you can subscribe to the podcast to continue getting updates whenever new podcasts drop. And also, if you can scroll to the bottom of the page and just give this podcast a review. We want to continue pushing it out to more people, sharing what we're talking about, and educating more people in the building industry. I would also like to say a huge thank you to two of our sponsors, All About Flooring and Go Digital. If you're interested in sponsoring the Think Big podcast for 2025, be sure to reach out to the HBA of Greenville today. Thanks.